Coming to you live across the worldwide all-dog network from the WooF Driver Recording Studio Center in Los Angeles, California. Your host, WooF Ditty producer, Bucky Harris.
Good evening, y'all. About 7 o'clock here, Pacific Standard Time, back on the WooF Ditty Show, brought to you by the WooF Driver, who comes to you from WoofDriver.com and the AllDogNetwork.com. AllDogNetwork.com. That's right, ALLDOG Network, all one word, .com, where you can see all these live shows that we're bringing your way here. And there's Shauna Baca. Hey there. Right on time. I love it. Good to see you this evening. Hope you stay tuned. Tonight is Beagle night. Not the Beatles. Beagle. Our Beagle hounds. Our Beagle pups. That'll be our breed for the evening on the WooF Ditty Show. And we have a little ditty about a little female Beagle. Her name is Sofee the Beagle. And someone wrote in and said, I've got a Beagle named Sofee. Can you write me a ditty? And we did so. And so we're going to be playing that little musical ditty about Sofee. Barbara Hibbs is here. Hello. Good to see you. We're keeping an eye on everybody tuning in live here. This new technology from Facebook is just amazing. We're having just so much fun with it. And the WooF Driver is all about the dogs, the love, how you keep them just great, you know, your pets and what you need. Say hello to Marie Boyd. Hello. Good to see you as well. Hope you're telling all your friends about our shows. We have the WooF News with Britt Savage out of Nashville. You'll find that one. You'll see the Dog Counselor with Dean Miller out of Nashville. We have Joey Falcone, I believe his name is, out of Las Vegas. He's telling some stories about the training and so forth as well. Looks like the WooF Driver's with us tonight, and he's tuned in to see what's going on and keep a check on his employees here. Kind of cool. I like that. Keeps you on your toes. Ashley Mauser is here. Hi. Good to see you as well. They're just coming on. I like it. What's neat about this streaming show and anything like this is the fact that instead of watching TV, there's no commercials and there's no political stuff going on like every 5 minutes wondering about Donald Trump, Bernie, and Hillary, and Rubio and Marco and all that stuff. Who cares? I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully your one vote counts, but the dogs don't care. And they're not even registered to vote, you know. So they're just chilling. Danielle Aguilar is here. True. I like that. So we're going to just have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about the Beagle breed a little bit, some facts and figures about them, play our little ditty, and take any questions. Shauna loves the show. I'd love to hear that. That's great. We're just doing the best we can. It's kind of a thought we had to do things on different dog breeds every night. And we didn't know we were going to do 6 nights. We're going to be on Saturday. As a matter of fact, we're going to do 7 nights. I'm able to do 7 nights a week. So what the heck, you know? We don't miss anything. We stay consistent. Everybody has their input. And again, if you whatever dog you have, breed it is, mixed breed, mutt, whatever, tell me about it. And you're going to write a ditty if you don't already have one done for that dog. And play it on the show. Just have some fun. We're just trying to write little clever short 1 minute or so, 2 minutes at the most, kind of things. Brenda McLaughlin, I like that. Love all your shows in caps. Very nice. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. We really do. And let me get started here. And I'm not worried about how much time I'm on the air. The more I just do it. You know what I mean? I'm just having fun. And we're talking about the Beagle, and it's a breed of a small-size hound. And he's similar in appearance to a much larger foxhound, if you've seen one of them. The Beagle is a scent hound. Heck of a sniffer, okay? He's developed primarily for hunting hare, you know, rabbits and stuff like that. But he has a great sense of smell and their tracking instinct. The Beagle is employed as a detection dog, so you'll see those little babies sniffing luggage and stuff, looking for the bad guys and so forth and the stuff they're carrying around. And for prohibited agricultural imports and foodstuffs that are being in quarantine around the world that shouldn't be coming around, that people are making money off of and so forth, that could cause health hazards. So we love our little beagles. Okay. We love the Beatles too, but we love the beagles. Okay. The beagle is very intelligent and he's single-minded though, and it's a popular pet due to its size, good temper, and lack of inherited health problems. Like last night, for example, we did the Dachshund breed, and we found out that he could have some inherent gene problems and issues because of the way they're built. So the beagle doesn't have anything that serious, it looks like. They're very balanced, small pup. Although the beagle type breeds have existed for over 2,500 years, the modern breed was developed in Great Britain around the 1830s. And from several different breeds, including a Talbot Hound and a North County Beagle. They've got a North County Beagle and a Southern Hound. Northern California, Southern California, I mean, whatever. Put them together, you got possibly the Harrier, they called it. Now, beagles have been depicted in a popular culture since the Elizabethan times, if you're familiar with any of your ancient history literature and paintings, and most recently in a film and television and comic books. Most of us have heard of Snoopy and of the comic strip Peanuts. Has been promoted as the world's most famous beagle, that guy. Janice Nichols is here. Good to see you, Janice. Hello. Say hi to you. I gotta keep my eyes peeled down there, make sure I don't miss anybody. And the history, a little history, not a whole lot, but dogs of similar size and purpose of the modern beagle can be traced in ancient Greece. I don't know if you've ever been to Greece, but it's an interesting place, and the islands are very nice. We were blessed enough to go. Janice thanks me for saying hello. Thank you for being here. Hope you're enjoying it. You know, I mean, we're telling people, you know, your younger children or the younger kids, or you know, who knows how old everybody is that's watching. But the thing is, you know, these younger kids should be onto this. You know, your kids, if you have kids, or your friends' kids, or any kids, instead of just chomping on that Xbox and all the mobile app, tank, military, kill everybody, all that stuff. It's great graphics and fun, but, you know, it doesn't promote the right kind of mindset in my mind. I'd rather be learning about the dogs and the love of them and how important they are in our lives. And, you know, there's people that don't like dogs. I just saw a post, was horrible on Facebook, and I'm just going to share this. It's a police officer. I didn't see the city because I couldn't read the side of the police car. And the post was that he was about to shoot this dog because he doesn't like dogs. I mean, how is this guy in uniform and have a badge with a mindset like that? Oh yeah, the Sharpie, Janice, the Sharpie Pit Bull. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on that one and have that for you ASAP. Okay? I'm going to have that for you, the Sharpie Pit Bull. I will, let me write that down. Sharpie Pit Bull. And I will work on that, and we'll have a show and a ditty for the Sharpie Pit Bull. Guaranteed. And the WooF Driver is very cool because what he's doing, he's posting on the WooF Driver site the anticipation of what the breed will be that we're going to be talking about each night of the week on our show. Now, normally the show's around 7:30 Pacific time rather than 7, but since it's Saturday and it's a weekend, I thought I'd do a little earlier tonight. Okay? And you're welcome, Janice. It's definitely interesting to me to know about that Sharpie Pit Bull. A new one to me. I know the Pit Bull, but not particularly Sharpie. So we'll learn about that together, which will be fun. But back to the history. So anyway, these guys, they got names for these guys back when they were there, when they were the first beagles that were around, and they go back to the 5th century before Christ, BC. Xenophon, he was born in 430 BC. Wow, he's old. And his treatise on hunting, or his Cynogenesis, refers to a hound that hunted hares by scent and was followed on foot. So he's out there trying to find these rabbit hares, whatever, and his master, whomever, is following him on foot. The small hounds are mentioned in the forest laws of Canute. Now, there's terms here from ancient history that, you know, we'd have to define each of these words as far as logistics, biography, whatever the case. And so, K-A-N-U-T-E if you, Canute. I mean, we don't have really a lot of time to do all that checking on that stuff, but and it kind of explains which exempted them from the ordinance which commanded that all dogs capable of running down a stag should have one foot mutilated. Ooh. So if they're after the wrong creature or animal, then they could get incapacitated because they didn't want them doing that. If genuine, these laws would confirm that the Beagle-type dogs were present in England before 1016, but it's likely the laws were written in the Middle Ages to give a sense of antiquity and the tradition of to the forest law, they called it. So that must mean in the forest, if they're going around biting stags instead of just chasing the hares, then there's a problem, and they wanted to keep from doing that. In the 11th century, if you had ancient history, if you're old like me, and I think we took it in the 9th grade, big old book, and Mr. Dobson. Hillsborough High School, Nashville, Tennessee, is where I grew up in Nashville and moved to the West Coast in the mid-'70s. But William the Conqueror brought the Talbot Hound to Britain. He was one of the first beagles. The Talbot was a predominantly white, slow, deep-throated scent hound derived from the St. Hubert Hound, which had been developed in the 8th century. And at some point, the English Talbots were crossed with greyhounds, to give them the extra turn of speed, so they'd be running a little faster beagles there. Long extinct, the Talbot strain probably gave rise to the Southern Hound, which in turn is thought to be the ancestor of the modern-day beagle. Now, this is decent history to understand, and just wow, I didn't know that. That makes sense. It's like putting two and two together. Donna Joan Allen. My eyes aren't good tonight. Donna Joan Allen, love your programs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is all new stuff, and we're going to be doing this for a long time, and just having fun with it all the time. Things are going to come together over a period of time where, you see, well, I've got this breed, I got this dog, and, I didn't realize that this is their ancestry, how they came from. Jesse Littleton, good programs, but buffers too much. Now that's interesting because my connection here is pretty quick, and I'm not having any flutter because I can see it, because it'll stop and it'll tell me it's paused. So the connection issue, the download that's happening, I'm not going to say it's definitely on your end, but most likely it is, because when it happens here and I have a weak signal, it pauses and tells me that it's rebooting. So far this has been clean, straight ahead, no delays. So I'm sorry for that. Now here's the good news. What you can do, the website All Dog Network, ALLDOGNETWORK, network.com. These shows will be posted, so you can go back and watch them, so that won't happen. They're recorded. So if you do have issues and it drives you crazy and you just can't handle it, or your connection's not allowing this to go live and stream properly, for whatever reason, whether it be from here or there, I can't tell you technically, but like I said, from here it looks smooth so far, and I've had nobody telling me about it. But if it is doing that, let me know. Then we might take a look into maybe the output here, but I don't think so. But whatever the case, you can watch them again smooth, so you don't have to do it. So if you didn't want to watch it now, you can go back and watch it later, and you'll see it posted, all of them, over there from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 7 days a week. Okay, moving forward. From the medieval times, the beagle was used as a generic description for smaller hounds, though these dogs differed consistently from the modern breed. The miniature breeds of beagle-type dogs were known from the times of Edward II and Henry VII, who both had packs of glove beetles, they call them, glove beagles, so named since they were small enough to fit on a glove. Now, these are tiny little guys, and Queen Elizabeth, pretty familiar with her, kept a breed, Queen Elizabeth I, kept a breed known as a pocket beetle, which stood 8 to 9 inches at the shoulder, small enough to fit in a pocket or a saddlebag. They rode along on the hunt. Interesting. The larger hounds would run the prey to the ground. Then the hunters would release the small dogs to continue the chase through the underbrush. Interesting. Elizabeth first referred to the dogs as her singing beagles, as they often entertained guests at her royal table by letting her pocket beagles cavort among their plates and cups. Well, who knows? We don't let our animals on the table, but hey, she could do whatever she wanted, right? Interesting. Okay, right now we're going to take a quick break and we're going to play our ditty for Sofee the Beagle, female, okay? Now I'm going to play this and kind of chat along with it, but here we go. Check her out.
Oh yeah, come on now, right now. That's Sofee, my female beagle. Loves to shop from a Beagle catalog. Even though she's a dog. Oh, how it's looking for deals on supplies on the field. Gets them online so they're not to waste time. She's gonna make hay while the sun shines. That's her. That's Sofee, my beagle. Just as sharp as an eagle. A fine little hound. Oh, about 25 pounds. Gonna love her as she hunts undercover. She's so eager. Sofee, my beagle. Oh, she's so eager. My Sofee, the beagle. That's right, baby. All right, you fine. Go get them birdies, baby.
Go get them birdies. So I'm going to run down those lyrics so you know what they were. We'll play it again just in a few minutes. Oh yeah, come on now. That Sofee, my female beagle, loves to shop from a Beagle catalog, even though she's a dog. Now in the old days, Beagle was this big company out of Chicago, like Macy's, and you could shop through a catalog, through mail order. So she liked to shop from that Beagle catalog, even though she was a dog. And she was highfalutin looking for deals for supplies for her field. Gets them online, so not to waste time, she's going to make hay while the sun shines. That's her. That's Sofee, my beagle, just as sharp as an eagle. A fine little hound, oh, about 25 pounds. You're going to love her. And she hunts undercover. She's just so eager. So Sofee, my beagle. She's just so eager. Sofee, my beagle. All right. Elizabeth Armstrong, do you have any programs about large breed dogs as well? Absolutely. Absolutely. We just happened to hit the small ones for the last, we did labs the other night. We did spaniels. But we got them coming. I got shepherds coming. We've got all of them. Boxers. Yeah. So the next show, tomorrow night, we're going to do a shepherd. And the ditty on that one is Sir Edward. He's the shepherd. Okay, Sir Edward, the shepherd. And we have a ditty for him. So we'll do this, the German shepherd or shepherd tomorrow night, of which my Buster is half shepherd. I'll bring him in tomorrow night. We'll meet him again and get him on the camera. He can say hello. He's half shepherd and half cane corso, which is an English boxer, real strong. And Elizabeth likes that. So we're going to do that tomorrow. And again, Elizabeth, whatever dog you have, if he's a large guy, let me know the breed and we're going to work him in there because it's 7 nights a week. Mix it up. Whatever your requests are, we'll get to it. It's just a lot of fun. And we learn more things every day, you know what I mean? So, right now, let's move on here to, let's see, something that's interesting. Well, the appearance of these little guys, I mean, they're so beautiful. The general appearance of the beagle is very nice and resembles a miniature foxhound, but the head is broader and the muzzle is shorter. Expression completely different, the legs shorter and are proportional to the body. They are generally between 13 and 16 inches high at the withers. I like that, the withers. That's not Bill Withers, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's just the withers. Again, look up the definition of that, withers. Not sure what that is. I'll do that. And they weigh between 18 and 35 pounds. Well, Sofee, she was 25 pounds, so it's right in the middle there. And with the females being slightly smaller than the males on average, which makes sense. They have a smooth, somewhat domed skull with a medium length, square cut muzzle and a black or occasionally liver gumdrop nose. The jaw is very strong, and the teeth scissor together with the upper teeth fit perfectly over the lower teeth, and both sets align square to the jaw. So they got some good chompers there to do their job, no doubt. Okay. The eyes are large, hazel or brown, with a mild hound-like pleading look. Like they want to get busy, you know. Get me going. Large ears are long, soft, and low set, turning toward the cheeks, slightly and rounded at the tips. Beagles have a strong medium-length neck, which is long enough for them to easily bend to the ground and pick up a scent, because they're the scent smellers. With little folding in the skin, but some evidence of a dewlap. I like these words they use for description, the dewlap thing in there. A broad chest narrowing to a tapered abdomen, and waist and a long, slightly curved tail known as the stern, tipped with white. They're very beautiful. The white tip, known as the flag, has been selectively bred for, and it allows the dog to be easily seen when its head is down following the scent. No flag, no tip white. Tail does not curl over the back, but is held upright when the dog is active. The Beagle has a muscular body and a medium length, smooth and hard coat. Front legs are straight and carried under the body, while the rear legs are muscular and well bent at the stifles. These terms are very interesting. Then we've seen the tricolored Beagle. White with large black areas and light brown shading is the most common. When tricolored Beagles occur in a number of shades, from the classic tri with the jet black saddle known as the blackback, to the dark tri where faint brown markings are intermingled with more prominent black markings. And then the third one to the faded tri where faint black markings are intermingled with more prominent brown markings. Some tricolored dogs have a broken pattern, sometimes referred to as a pied, P-I-E-D. Again, more terms that you learn as you go what these terms are. I mean, it's amazing, the terms. These dogs have mostly white coats with patches of black and brown hair. And the tricolored Beagles are almost always born black and white. These white areas are typically set by 8 weeks, but the black areas may fade to brown as the puppy matures. Interesting. So you go to get a Beagle puppy, and you say, well, he's black and white. And all of a sudden, he's not. He's got some brown going in there. So it may take 1 or 2 years to fully develop. So don't be amazed. It's not like he's got some disease. You know, you go, geez, got this brown disease going. What's going on with the skin? These are facts, again, to know. Some Beagles gradually change color during their lives and may lose their black markings entirely. That's some. You know, higher power magic. The dogs are fascinating. They're just the things you learn. I mean, you ever seen a human skin turn from white to black? You know, why they're grown up? Yeah, I think so. So, it's interesting. All right. I'm going to listen to Sofee the Beagle one more time here to break it up. And then we're going to talk about their sense of smell and the breed varieties and crossbreeds and a little bit about the temperament and health real quick. We don't get too deep into it. We'll just give them some important facts, you know what I mean, that make sense to you. But Sofee the Beagle, I'm going to listen to her one more time here about her little deal here where she shops in the Beagle catalog.
Yeah, come on now. Right now. That's Sofee, my female Beagle. Loves to shop from a Beagle catalog. Even though she's a dog. Looking for deals on supplies on the field. Get them online so they're not to waste time. She's gonna make hay while the sun shines. That's her. That's Sofee, my Beagle. She's just as sharp as an eagle. I find a little hound, about 25 pounds. Going to love her as she hunts undercover. She's just so eager, Sofee my Beagle. Oh, she's so eager, my Sofee the Beagle. That's right, baby, all right, you're fine. Go get them birdies, baby.
Go get the birdies, baby. That's Sofee the Beagle. Okay. A little fun ditty there to go along with our deal here. We're going to talk about the temperament. I think that's important. He has an even temper and a gentle disposition, the Beagle. Described in several breed standards as a merry dog. They're very amiable, and typically neither aggressive nor timid, kind of in the middle. All depends on the individual. They enjoy company, and although they may initially be standoffish with strangers, they're easily won over. They make poor guard dogs for that reason, because they're made over easily. So if you leave them home to protect the pad, Although their tendency to bark and howl when confronted with unfamiliar makes make them good watchdogs, at least. Okay. In 1985, a study conducted by Ben and Lynette Hart, this couple, the Beagle was given the highest excitability rating with a Yorkshire Terrier, Cairn Terrier, miniature Schnauzer, and a West Highland White Terrier, and a Fox Terrier. They're intelligent, but as a result of being bred for a long chase, they're single-minded and determined, which make them hard to train. Okay, a little harder to train. So these are things to be aware of if you get a hold of one or having problems with them, or maybe not. Maybe you just, have this all down. But it's interesting stuff. They can be difficult to recall once they have picked up a scent. They're easily distracted by smells around them. They do not generally feature in obedience trials. While they are alert, they respond well to food, reward training, and are eager to please. They're easily bored and distracted, so you got to keep them busy. Okay, they're ranked 72nd in Stanley Coren's The Intelligence of Dogs, as Coren places them among the group with the lowest degree of working obedience intelligence. His scale, however, does not assess understanding, independence, or creativity, so that's kind of a nebulous deal there. They're excellent with children, and this is one of the reasons they have become popular family pets, but they are pack animals and are prone to separation anxiety, a condition which causes them to destroy things if they're left unattended. Not all beagles will howl. Most will bark when confronted with strange situations, and will bay, also referred to as speaking, giving tongue, or opening when they catch the scent of a potential quarry. They also generally get along well with other dogs. They're not too demanding with regard to exercise, and their inbred stamina means they do not easily tire when exercised, but they do not need to be worked to exhaustion before they will rest. Regular exercise helps ward off the weight gain to which the breed is prone. They like to eat. Speaking of being a detachment, when you leave your dog alone, in general, and I've learned this from the dog counselor on his show, one of our other shows in our All Dog Network. I don't know, my dear Marie Antoinette. I must have just said something. I don't know, my dear. I'm not sure what that refers to. Maybe give me another comment on what you don't know, or what I said you don't know. I might have said something that didn't make sense. I'm so sorry if I did. Apologize. But I know when I leave Buster, my dog, alone, when we go off, or I go off, or we're not, neither one of us here, and he knows, he gets laying down. You can tell he's a little depressed because he's not going along. He loves to go. He could go everywhere with us in the car if he could. I'd take him to Home Depot. I'd take him everywhere I can. He just loves people, loves to go. And when I get home, the wastebasket in the office that has paper in it, or whatever, is all taken out, chewed up just a little bit, and dropped on the floor. And it's his message saying, "You left me alone. Don't like it." So we know what that means. Interesting how they communicate, huh? Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, let's get into the health here of the Beagle, and then we're going to play this ditty again, and we're going to tell you about a couple other things related to our whole dog love concept and production. Beagles may be prone to epilepsy. Now, that's not a good thing, but this can often be controlled with medication. And a number of types of dwarfism sometimes can occur in beagles. Two conditions in particular are unique to the breed. Funny puppy, in which the puppy is slow to develop and eventually develops weak legs, a crooked back, and although normally healthy, is prone to a range of illnesses, and that's very sad. The hip dysplasia, which we talked about the other night with, I believe it was the dachshund as well. Common in harriers and some larger breeds, is rarely considered a problem in beagles. Beagles are considered chondrodystrophic breed. Well, that's a long one. Breed, meaning that they are prone to type of disc diseases. Their discs can have injury and so forth. In rare cases, though, beagles may develop immune-mediated polygenic arthritis, where the immune system attacks the joints even at a young age. The symptoms can be relieved by steroid treatments. Another rare disease in the breed is neonatal cerebral, I can't pronounce this, cortical degeneration. Affected puppies are slow and have a lower coordination. They fall more often and don't have a normal gait, and it is an estimated carrier rate, 5% affected rate, about 0.1%. A genetic test is available. So it's not a huge percentage of this, but here's the things. Now also, something to know, I didn't know. Their long flappy ears can mean that the inner ear does not receive a substantial airflow and that moist air becomes trapped. And this can lead to ear infections. Beagles can also be affected by a range of eye problems. Two common ophthalmic conditions of beagles are glaucoma and corneal dystrophy. Cherry eye, a prolapse of the gland in the third eyelid, a condition in which the eyelashes grow into the eye, causing irritation, sometimes exists. They can be corrected with surgery. One thing about ears, I do know Buster, my dog, he just had a yeast infection in his ears, and I had been cleaning them with a microbiotic solution with a Q-tip, so I was keeping them clean. And yet, somehow, he got this yeast infection, inflammatory, and when I took him in to see Dr. Song, my vet over here, he said, yeah, so I had to treat him with antibiotics and so forth, and you could see the matter, like a person gets yeast infection. Ears are very important that, maybe, like I learned the lesson here, from now on, every, month or so, I keep an eye, if there's any redness or any odor or anything like that, take them in. Don't try to do it yourself, maybe, it's not a good idea. When I did it, I could have contaminated something, or it could have been from a different source. Point is, let the vet check the ears, because you don't know what's going on down there, and it's good to have them clean.